What's up, guys? Falcons Nation here back. Today we're going to be talking about why the Falcons should trade for AJ Brown. But before we do that, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Get this video out to more Falcons fans like you and like me. I'm going to be uploading every single day in the NFL. Well, the Falcons, not the NFL. I'm going to be uploading every single day on the Falcons. And let me just say this. All of my videos will not be clickbait. This is something that has been talked about. Obviously, AJ Brown would be great here. He played under Arthur Smith in Tennessee. He caught his first touchdown pass in 2019 Week 4 from Marcus Mariota. The Falcons have the worst wide receiver core in football after the suspension to Ridley, and Gage went over to Tampa. So we really have no playmakers. I mean, our best receiver might be Zacchaeus at this point. So we obviously need to address that. And with the eighth pick, sure, we could take Jameson Williams, we could take Garrett Wilson, but we also need defense. Like, we need an edge rusher badly, as bad as anyone in this class. So I think we should draft Jermaine Johnson out of Florida and then trade for A.J. Brown, give up our second-round pick, give up probably a fourth next year, and I'd imagine we'd give up maybe a third or a fourth this year. So it would be, we'll get into the package in a second here, but I mean, it's kind of common sense that Arthur Smith to this point likes those big physical receivers that can block, that can just take one to the house, and that's certainly A.J. Brown. I would rather have A.J. Brown than I would Jamison Williams. I'd rather have A.J. Brown than I would Garrett Wilson just because he's proven talent. He's also not even in the prime of his career. A.J. Brown's extremely young and is just mid-20s, so we should definitely try to bring him in. And we're not even giving up the eighth pick. Like, we're keeping the eighth pick when we get A.J. Brown, so we're not doubling up on receiver. We would take an edge rusher or a corner, maybe offensive line. But, I mean, we have 4 picks currently in the top 75 to go with 9 in general. So right now, Falcons fans, we are in a very good spot moving forward into this draft. Obviously, we have probably the worst roster in football, but it doesn't mean that we don't have talent. We've got certainly do have a ton of young talent. We just need to kind of piece it together and develop players. And A.J. Brown would fit perfectly in here. You get to get a weapon out there for Mariota, and then we take a running back somewhere around the third round. I mean, we're not taking, we wouldn't have a second round pick, obviously, but, well, actually, you know what? Because the Julio Jones trade, so we could still probably take one, but I don't really think we need a running back in the second round. I think we could probably, do you think James Cook will go in the third? I don't know. We'll figure that out. Of course, I haven't even done a Falcons mock draft, which I got to get on that, but I just started the channel a couple of days ago. I don't know everything about the Falcons, but, I mean, the point of this video is A.J. Brown's unhappy in Tennessee. The Falcons need a wide receiver. They have the draft capital. They obviously could use him. He played with Arthur Smith and Mariota, so that makes sense. And of course, we don't want to use the eighth pick on. Do I say offense? Like, we really don't want to go offense at the eighth pick. We want to try to make this defense as good as possible. We want to build the defense and worry about the offense later. Like, we could take a quarterback next year because I don't really think we'll win too many games. And in terms of A.J. Brown, like, sure, we're giving up a couple of picks that are going to be good, but at the same time, it doesn't matter who we draft for those 3 picks. They're not going to be as equal to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's one of the best receivers in football. We can throw him a screen. He can take it to the house. There's just not many players like A.J. Brown around in the NFL. So if you have a chance to get him on the team and pay him and make him happy, he's going to have a lot to prove. So we would end up sending where's the trade package that I wrote down? We would end up sending the 43rd pick, 190, and a 2023 fourth-round pick. To me, that's a steal for A.J. Brown. And this is I saw this on the Falcons beat writers website, so I didn't just make it up. Like, I legit found it. So this is something that's being talked about. In terms of the cap situation for our team, we definitely would have to restructure some deals, but yeah, we can absolutely pay A.J. Brown the monies that he's looking for. And the next thing that I want to talk about is the possibility of trading down. Originally, I wanted to trade down. I still kind of would be for it. But, I mean, would you guys rather have the 8th pick, or would you rather have the 22nd pick and the 53rd pick? To me, I think I'd rather have, I mean, anyone would rather have the 8th pick. It sounds cooler. I mean, not anyone, but most people would probably rather have the 8th pick. But also, if we do get the 22nd pick, we can still take some sort of edge rusher there, and then we can take maybe a QB at 50. It's going to depend who's there at 53. But, I mean, those are both incredible picks. I don't know. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts. The more I think about it, the more I change my mind. But it's basically going to come down to how bad you guys want a guy like Jermaine Johnson or Jameson Williams. To me, I want them badly, but it would depend like who's there at those picks. So, yeah, I'm going to honestly say that we shouldn't trade down. I think we should just take the given star. I really do believe Jermaine Johnson is going to be a star in the NFL. So if we can get him coming off the edge next to Grady Jarrett, I mean, that would be great. That's exactly how we want to start building our team. And if we end up getting A.J. Brown, I mean, could you imagine the draft of Jermaine Johnson A.J. Brown, and potentially a couple of other guys. I mean, the sky is the limit for the Falcons. Obviously, we're not a good team, but it doesn't mean that our future isn't bright and we're not going to build the right way. So, yeah, honestly, I think I'd rather just keep the 8th pick and try to pick the best player on the board because we really do need a leader defensively to this point. So just get someone that has that freak athleticism. I mean, I've seen Johnson be mocked all the way up to 2, so he's a very talented player. Who knows? He might end up being the best player in this draft, dude. I'm really looking forward to the NFL draft, guys, and covering the Falcons for you. But outside of that, there's not really much else, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Like I said, this is Falcons Nation. Drop a like, subscribe. I'd love to have you part of the channel, and expect daily Falcons videos moving forward, guys.